we had Dr. Hathorne before y'all did. He was not a doctor at that time, but he was working on it. And he was our youth director. And Woodrow Wilson now at the funeral home got a call from a funeral home up in Chicago. And there was a fellow that grew up out in rural Calhoun, Webster, and Chickasaw County, out in that area, that had gotten killed in a bar fight up in Chicago. And he didn't have any family, but they were shipping him down here to be buried out someplace around Monte Vista, out there. And you can get anywhere from out there. I want to promise you, it's got a lot of road. Woodrow Wilson couldn't find a preacher to take care of it, and they sent $200 along with it to have a preacher say words over the body and bury him. So Woodrow called Daniel. He said, "I'll be happy to." That $200 was looking good to him. And they said, well, he said, "Where is it?" And Woodrow said, "Well, I'll tell you where it is." And he said, "Well, I'll meet you out there." Well, he drove and he drove and he drove, and he'd wind up over in Webster County, and then he'd be in Chickasaw County and turn around and he was back in Calhoun. Well, of course, he was late, and he drove up, and there wasn't anything left but 2 men and a backhoe. And Daniel said, "Well, I've promised that I'm going to send this man on, and I'm going to earn my $200. He walked up and read the scripture, and most of you are acquainted with it, you know. "Let not your heart be troubled. And I go to prepare a place for you." And he even felt so moved that he sang a couple of songs there. As Daniel turned to leave, he was overwhelmed with sadness, because there was no one there to mourn this person's departure. And he looked back, and one of those fellows around the backhoe was smoking a cigarette, and he took a long draw off of it and flipped it like that. He said, "I've been putting in septic tanks for 25 years. I've never seen that."